चला हुआ Friends and colleagues, this is a happy occasion for us, and our colleagues, our member secretary has led this function to the conclusion, its happy conclusion. I thank them for their successful endeavor. Two books were released today. It filled up the gap, knowledge gap. That is our objective also. Professor Pandit is a great scholar. He's an old man, highly experienced, highly perceptive. And there is a lot of knowledge gap so far Kashmir is concerned. The greatest scholar of Buddhism in North Asia and East Asia produced was Kumarjiv. And Kumarjiv was the son of Kumarayan, Kashmiri Brahmin, and Jiva, the princess of Kucha. He was the greatest scholar. He did not translate Sanskrit books in Chinese. He transliterated, created new literature. So we can't forget the contribution of Kashmir. Kashmir was instrumental, Inter-India was instrumental in linking the entire North, East and Central Asia to this country. And remember about our links. To envisage, Central Asia was the land of Sanskrit people. Since 1700 BC, it goes far beyond the chronological perceptions of our history of Asia. Central Asia was the land of Sanskrit people since 1700 BC to 400 AD. What do you mean by 400 AD? Why no continuity? Why no continuum of Sanskrit? Because the Turks came, new myths were created, a theory of migration was given, but it was not the migration of the people. It was the colonial theorization which blurred our perception about that area. Because one American scholar who stayed there for a year almost, he writes, they are telling their Uyghurs, they are telling their Turks, are they really Turks? They are not Turks. They are Indians. Their face is like Indian. Their history is like Indian. Their language was Indian. Their script was Brahmi and other languages, Kharoshthi. Their language was Sanskrit and Prakrit. And you read the Prakrit literature of Central Asia, you will find as if you are in a corner of India. Mata, Pita, Bhai, these are the words and these were in regular use. Can you have a country, should you have a country which forgets about its own existence beyond the boundary of India? India beyond India is not understood probably. My friend, Professor Mahapatra, another friend is there from JNU. take some lead, take the studies beyond. And this is a challenge for all the social scientists. We can't understand India unless we understand India beyond its frontiers. We'll have to incorporate their history, their understanding, their culture. And study can't be done without tapasya. Understanding, imbibing something, it has a lot of foresight. Digesting takes a lot of labor. And that should be the challenge of those who are associating themselves with the Indian Council of Social Science Research. I am happy, Professor Pandit, you have contributed a book, and I was expressing my concern with you. See that those scholars who understand Kashmir, they join with us. We'll help them. And we want to get rid of myths associated with Kashmir. Another region is Northeast, most misunderstood region. As Kashmir is not understood by Indians. They go for myth making. And such myth making is very burdensome. Northeast India, they were telling we are from Southeast Asia, but Southeast Asia itself is more Indian than India. Dwaravati, Composed Kingdom, Bali, Java, Sumatra, what not, Malaya. Singapore is Singapore. First king was Bhagwan. Why we must not understand, try to understand greater India, India beyond India? We should, these are the tasks. The other day, Professor Chaturvedi called me to Guwahati for a seminar. He was talking about the actist. I was asking him, what development you are finding in Lookist and Eastist, Lookist and Actist? Should a country be so dormant in its actions? Why? Why no action? What is the difference between 370 and two-nation theory? 370 is practically two-nation theory. And we are giving prize for that. At least we intellectuals should talk with the open mind. And this will be taken as a challenge. The other day in Thailand, Thai people came from the kingdom of Yunnan. The kingdom of Yunnan is today a Chinese province of southwest China. It is a province of southwest China. And those people, Thai people, came from there. Professor Pandit may attest that the first Chinese who came to Central Asia, he was surprised to see that Indian goods are being sold in Central Asia. And he came only in 128 BC. He did not come earlier. But we were there since 1700 BC. And why 1700 BC? Because our chronology has been squeezed. Because of biblical chronology, you can't go beyond 404 BC. And those who distorted our chronology, for them, it was a very pious date, 404 BC. So whole chronology was squeezed. I think we need to go for scholarly endeavors for developing new framework in the field of economics, in the field of culture, in the field of religion. 1,700 books have been of Sanskrit, 10,000 books of Sanskrit, and manuscripts have been discovered from the sand of deep China. Today, what is Central North China? Prakrit books have been discovered. The whole books are there in this German university. German scholars are studying those books, and we are not studying. Friends, we should take the challenge in right and rest. Otherwise, there is no point in bluffing the country. Career, yes. You can't go without career. You can't go hungry. But career alone is not enough. For us, we go for Swarth, self-interest, Paramarth, the greater interest, society's interest. So, I think I should not take much time. Another time we'll talk, we'll share. Only I want that social science research endeavor should be made more fruitful. And that is only possible if our colleagues in ICSR, our colleagues in these institutions, our colleagues in regional centers, and our friends who are our support base, knowledge support base, they help us. Thank you.